our second video in Belo Horizonte, we have decided to come to this amazing place, which is called the cultural complex or the ensemble of Pampulha. There is a lot of importance about this place and this neighborhood, and that's why we wanted to come here and show it to you. Pampulha is actually the neighborhood where we are staying. But before we go around and we show you everything that is here to see, I really wanted to also mention a few things about the history of this part. Pampulha is actually like a municipality in the city of Belo Horizonte, but has a lot of significance. In the beginnings of the 20th century, the mayor of Belo Horizonte, whose name was Otacílio de Lima, decided to create a dam. Basically, the name of this region, which is Pampulha, comes from a little stream that used to pass through here. But de Lima, that was the mayor at the time, decided to build a dam so that he could control the flooding in the region, and also this created like a water reservoir for the city, and eventually it led to creation of this lake that you see here, which is called Lake Pampulha. And the whole region also is called Pampulha. Then in the 1940s, the mayor of Belo Horizonte at the time, who is Juscelino Kubitschek, that in Brazil you hear this name a lot, and I will explain a bit more why. Juscelino Kubitschek was the mayor of Belo Horizonte at the time in the early 1940s, and he was a visionary. He was a true believer of building and prosperity, and a lot of futuristic ideas and visions he had. So he hired at the time a young architect called Oscar Niemeyer, who is a world-renowned architect now, but at the time in the 1940s he was just a young architect. And they decided to build this complex around this lake in the 1940s. Now, there are few names in Brazil that you hear a lot, like Juscelino Kubitschek, like Oscar Niemeyer, like the landscape architect that is called Burle Marx, and also an engineer called Joaquim Cardoso. These people were visionaries, and in the second part of the 20th century they played a significant role in building and constructing a lot of infrastructure, a lot of buildings in Brazil. So that's why these names are very important, and today I really wanted to share with you some information about these people. Juscelino Kubitschek was the mayor of Belo Horizonte, but later he also became the president of Brazil. Along with the same architect, Oscar Niemeyer, they also in the 1950s designed and built the whole city of Brasilia, which is now the capital of Brazil. But the genius and the vision and the intelligence of this architect, Oscar Niemeyer, is like amazing. All of his designs have a beautiful futuristic touch. They have beautiful designs, and he was the one who basically designed the whole city of Brasilia. And in this complex also, most of the structures were designed by him. I was reading about him and his life story last night, and one of the most important design elements that he always uses, or I would say used, was curved buildings. He was not a big fan of straight lines. All of his designs were curved designs with the use of reinforced concrete. And in his memoir he actually mentions why he is a big fan of curves. This is a quote I really wanted to share with you guys now that we're talking about him, and we are gonna show you the images for the design that he has used also here for a church that is called São Francisco de Assis Church, which also has the same design elements of curved lines. And This is what Oscar Niemeyer mentioned in his memoir. He says, "I am not attracted to straight angles or to the straight line, hard and inflexible, created by man. I'm attracted to free-flowing, sensual curves. The curves that I find in the mountains of my country, in the sinuousness of its rivers, in the waves of the ocean, and on the body of the beloved woman. Curves make up the entire universe, the curved universe of Einstein." And him being born in Brazil, I'm sure he had a lot of inspiration from the beautiful, gorgeous, curvy bodies of beautiful Brazilian women. So this was what he was always concerned about, and he used in his design elements. And that being said, let's go and see the church that is in this complex, and after that we will also talk to you about the rest of the structures and buildings in this park. At the time that he designed this church also, a lot of people that were his critics, they actually appreciated the design, because even they could not deny the fact that this church is designed in a very, very different way, with the use of curves and not the traditional, the standard look that you always see for all the churches. And that's what Oscar Niemeyer really wanted to do. He wanted to come up with a different design, a new design, and from a different angle and a different touch. You can also visit the church. I believe there is a donation of 3 reais per person that you have to pay, and you can also go inside and see it if you would like to go see inside. Oscar Niemeyer also was born in Rio de Janeiro, and in 2012, at the age of 104, he also passed away in Rio de Janeiro. Also in this complex, you have a yacht club, you have a ballroom, you have a casino that was designed back then. I must add, casinos in Brazil, they are actually illegal right now. But originally, when they built everything around this lake, there was a casino as well. Nowadays, there is also an amusement park that is located very close to the church, and it is in use. They use it. We just didn't visit it. All around the lake there are also walk paths, bicycle paths that you can do exercises, you can do jogging. It's a huge lake, beautiful, green and lush. And there is also a space that is called the Pampulha Square, that has high, straight concrete columns also. Another reason we wanted to also come here and show you the neighborhood of Pampulha and this complex is because in 2016 this complex actually is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of the design and the whole development and how they revitalized the whole region here. Very close to the lake and the Pampulha complex, there is also the stadium called Mineirão, which is a football stadium. It is a huge stadium with over, I believe, 60,000 people capacity. And since Belo Horizonte was one of the cities that participated in the 2014 World Cup, this stadium was actually used in the 2014 FIFA World Cup as well, when Brazil was hosting the games. Another interesting fact about this stadium that I think a lot of Brazilians are not very proud of is the fact that this is the stadium where in the FIFA World Cup of 2014, Brazil actually lost to Germany 7-1. So this is, I think, a part of the history of the national football team of Brazil that a lot of people try not to remember. But I think while we're here, it is worth mentioning that unfortunately for the Brazilian national team, that loss did take place in this stadium in Belo Horizonte. Another interesting fact about Belo Horizonte is the city is surrounded by mountains. So if, for example, you watched our previous video, you saw that we went to a viewpoint that was on top of the hill. When you go there, you will see that the whole city is surrounded by huge green lush mountains, which adds to the beauty of the city. And this is one thing that we also realized yesterday that we went to walk downtown. It was the first time after a long time in Brazil that we were going uphill and the streets that they were going up, no? Yeah. Most of the other places we visited, like Natal, Ponta Negra, just one neighborhood was a little bit like on top, but here a lot of streets you go up and down, up and down. And one day we actually took a street, our GPS took us from there, and it was, the slope was so sharp that we were actually worried that the car is going to flip. And this is interesting because last time we saw something like this was in Medellin, no? Yes. In Colombia. In Brazil, most of the places we visited is like flat, but Belo Horizonte, no, you have a lot of hills. We just left where we started the video and we decided to just drive by the lake and go around by car. But my God, this lake is gigantic. We were driving for like 10-15 minutes, no? Yeah, going around, and we're still not where we actually started the video. It goes on and on and on. And like another thing that we noticed, all along the road that you have the lake, there are huge houses, which is very interesting because usually in a big city like Belo Horizonte and with the population, of course, with the suburbs, the population is like over 6 million people. But you see a lot of huge houses still all over the city. Of course, you have the high-rise buildings as well. But it's very interesting to see that in a city with that many people as the population and the size of the city, you still have huge houses, and especially these houses by the lake. I think these are like old families that were like wealthy and they bought the piece of land back then and built, and the house probably has been in the family for generations, but the size of the land even, it's huge all around the lake, and a lot of beautiful houses as well. So this is the rest of the lake that is not finished still. When you come here, you also have this public gym, and around the lake there is bike paths and you can also walk. There are even like signs on the floors. Now I cannot show it to you, but there are even signs to show how much you have walked, like how many kilometers you have done when you're doing exercise. Another reason we wanted to come to this specific spot is the fact that right over there, after this bridge and after the road, is the runway of the airport of Pampulha. And when we were on the other side filming, we could see helicopters and planes landing. And a couple of days ago we also came at night, and every like half an hour or so there was a plane landing. So that was it for the Pampulha neighborhood. Now let's head to the next spot. Another place that is a must visit is this coffee shop here. It is open since 1939. It's called Café Nice, or maybe in French is Nice. And they have a lot of typical products. They have pão de queijo, they have coffee, and it was recommended to us, so we're here to try it. While they are preparing our order, I'm gonna also walk around and show you the place. This is, I think, the original menu. They have just changed the prices, but the setting is very simple. You just walk in, order what you want, and then you stand there and you have your coffee or your beverage. I'll show you what we got once our order is ready. All right, so we have the coffee, the typical espresso, beautiful. Pound de queijo, which is the cheese bread, orange juice, water, and this one, it is a dessert that we really wanted to try. A lot of people recommended this. It is called cream of plum, I would say. In Portuguese, it's crema de ameixa, but in English, it's a cream of plum. We're going to try that. So, this is how it looks like. Oh my god. It's kind of like cream caramel, but has the syrup that has the taste of the plum. Okay, let's do it again. I now know why they recommend this. Now the coffee. Yeah. In Minas also, I don't know if I mentioned before, coffee is very famous too. So we are here for the full experience. Coffee, pound de queijo, and the dessert. You want to try the pound de queijo? The Brazilian should test the pound de queijo. Yeah, crispy, and it has the cheese inside. Wonderful. And all of this was 29 reais. Juice, bottle of water, 2 pound de queijo, the dessert, and coffee. So, every Brazilian house, in the morning, you will definitely find this bread, which is pound de queijo. Just cheese bread would be the translation, and you see it's bouncy, and in the dough there is cheese. And this was also first made in Minas, and then all Brazil is now eating it, and it has become something that everywhere in Brazil, everybody knows what is a pound de queijo. As you can see, the results speak for themselves. Perfect, amazing. So, Café Nice also check off the bucket list. Now let's go to the next place. We now came to this restaurant called Xapuri for lunch. And this restaurant has been recommended many times to us, and a lot of people that visit Belo Horizonte, they come here because they have a lot of typical dishes from the region. So we came here for lunch so we can try it. I'm going to show you the setting also as you walk in. It's very nice. There is a store here. They have handcrafts and other things that they sell. And even the setting, the tables and everything, it's a very, very cute setup. We are going to show you also what we order, and at the end, as always, I'll tell you the price as well. So this restaurant, as I mentioned, it's typical of this region, and you can also see the kitchen from here. Everything is made inside the special kind of pots. They are clay pots that they use, and you can see even the kitchen from here, and it's a wood burning stove that they use. So this is a nice start. We ordered already for the appetizer. We ordered pastel de ango. It comes in 5 units. It is 25.40 reais. For the main dish, we ordered carne de panela. It's 112.90. And we got 2 juices also for drinks. I got lemonade and Mariana got passion fruit. The juice, each one is like 8 reais and 90 cents. And another thing that is very interesting about this restaurant is that after my favorite part, the dessert, there is a buffet. So after you eat, then you go to a buffet and you get your dessert. The dessert, I think, is by weight and it's separate. It's not on the menu because I think every day they might have different options. So this is the oven that is wood burning and the kitchen is all open. Then this is the buffet for desserts. There's jam, there's all kinds of sweets that you can choose. We will get back to this. The appetizer came. This is the pastel. On the menu you have the option of 5 units or 10 units. We went with 5. They also have their own spicy sauce, which we would love to try. And this one is also mandioca flour, which I had no idea about. And Mariana told me usually if the meat has sauce or a stew, you can mix this flour with the stew, the juice. We will see. I think our dish might have some juice, so we'll try that too. Now let's dig in. Pastel inside, it's like this. Meat and cheese, and this spicy sauce, my god, it's strong, but very good. Okay, this is our food. It was for 2 actually, I forgot to mention. That order that we made, it's for 2. So this is the meat with potato. Is it carrot or no? Tomato, potato, onion, and pepper. Beans, rice. This is farofa with eggs, and this one is an herb that is typical of this region. No, they eat it here. So we are going to try all of this. Let's see. And the hot sauce, oh my god, it's really strong. No, Mariana?
Oh, yeah. I was crying before.
This is my first plate and it looks as if we didn't even touch the main dish yet, even though I took all of this in my plate. I just want to try the green herb. Let me see. I haven't had this before. It's not a typical taste. It's just a little bit of like a bit of bitterness, but not strong at all.
In English, this is kale.
Kale. Oh, okay. And oh my god, look, show the meat. Look how nice and tender it is. Oh my god. Okay, let's try it. Wow. And the farofa is amazing. Amazing. Highly recommended.
So, the farinha or mandioca or cassava flour, in Brazil, you can eat that with beans. So you mix a little bit of this with the beans, like the more of the juice of the beans. And then this is called pirão de feijão. So sometimes we have that, the days that we have feijoada, we have that also to eat with the rest of the feijoada. We use that too as another option to eat the beans.
And then the flour, you can also mix it with the juice of
And
the
then-
meat too, no?
Yes,
The stew.
that's what I'm gonna do after.
Good memories.
Yeah.
Brings back good memories. I'm on my second plate and oh my god, I'm already full. And now flour with the stew. and it becomes like a paste kind
Yeah.
of. Okay.
The way of to eat the rest of the sauce too. When it's left, like instead of tilit
Tilit. Oh my god. Okay.
with bread, we do
Yeah.
it with
Tilit. For those of you who don't know, when we were kids, Persians, when we have the bread, you just soak it in the broth of the stew. As a kid, we would call it tilit. But now Mariana is using the same thing. Us, usually, yeah, we mix it with bread. In Brazil, you just mix it with the flour directly. So even though the food was supposed to be for 2 people, we could only eat half of it. The other half, we're taking it home. For dessert, I got, this one is mango, this one is lemon, this first one, I don't actually remember. And because we are in Minas, of course, dulce de leche, which is going to be amazing. And yours?
it's a passion fruit with coconut. This is coconut and but with burnt sugar.
Oh wow.
This is corn paste.
Corn
maybe.
paste.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And this is the cream caramel.
Creme caramel. Oh,
Yes.
okay. So, we have the typical dulce de leche. My God. It's dangerous. I think I have to go back again. And you? Which one do you want to try?
This has to be by hand. This is I have never tried before. No.
Good?
Very
I
nice.
mean, passion fruit and coconut.
Very nice.
Wouldn't go wrong with that. Okay, lunch was done. 5 drinks, appetizer, main dish, and a lot of dessert, as you saw. Plus the 10% service fee that we always pay. It was 222 reais. There you have it. And this ends our second and last video in Belo Horizonte. Our next video will be in another city, but in the same state of Minas Gerais. We're planning to go and visit some other cities that are very famous in this state. So stay tuned. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a like to support us. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Ciao.